to the warrior in you, the healer in you, the king, the queen, the trickster, the god in you. Every single day we are called to walk in our purpose. Can you hear the signs? Answer the call. Lay down your burden and anything that's holding you back or distracting you and take your rightful place. The battle is everywhere and it's right in your face. Let's go.
Welcome to Magnets, Crystals, and Pyramids. Success is your destiny. Yes. Love, wisdom, power. Remember, always who you are. Yes. Yes. I am love, wisdom, power. Yes. Yes. I am love, yes, power. Yes. I am yes, I am love, wisdom, power. Yes, yes, I am love, wisdom, power. Master. Yes, I am. Yes, love, wisdom, power. Yes, I am. Say yes, to yourself. Yes, I am protected. Yes, I am master. I am relaxed. Greetings and welcome, family. Welcome back to Magnets, Crystals, and Pyramids. It's been a while. It's been a minute. Welcome all the family back. I hope you had a magical summer. I'm trying these reading glasses to see if it can sharpen up my eyeballs. See, what happened is my mom, I was the firstborn, and my mom, she used to put me out in the sun like a flower, and I would sun gaze for hours. So I was the firstborn, so I was the test pilot. And in that process, they learned that you don't put a newborn baby directly in sunlight because he'll stare at the sun. So when I was
touched.
crib, I used to stare at the light bulb in the ceiling. So I want to thank Brother Baraka for the awesome opening. Welcome back from summer.
Oh,
We've had our summer break.
Oh man, it's officially autumn.
Yeah.
Summer
Brother,
flew
center, get more in the center, man. Shift to the right.
Oh,
You're a little bit, yeah, there it is right there. Okay, family, there's been a lot happening since the last time we did a show. A lot of
man.
technology upgrades. Baraka, will you want to share what's happened since you've been on the show last?
Well, I mean, you know, those that know don't tell. And those that tell, they don't know. But I will say that the Underground Railroad is definitely chugging its way to freedom. You better answer the call and get on board.
Yeah, Ashe. So let's do the opening invocation to ascended master ancestors. I am in you, the listening audience, now and in the future. I am in me. I am in the sea of life. In the name of love, we call on Simeon Toko. Now, all of these ascended masters that we call upon, including Yeshua, Mother Mary, they live in the highest realms of psychedelic paradigm. So collectively, let's call upon them. Simeon Toko, the latest Christ born in the Congo. We ask you be on the platform tonight with Acacia, with Dooley, with Chief Nighthawk. We ask the presence of Saint Germain, Nikolai Tesla, to be on the platform. I want to say that when you regularly ask them to assist you, they will give you personal advice and technical assistance in whatever your endeavors are, including entheogens. So I want to give a special shout out and thanks to Saint Germain, Simeon Toko. Special shout out and thanks to Sheikh Amadou Bamba, who literally has been a very close guide in dealing with the realms of acacia entheogen, because the acacia tree is a lot of it is out of Senegal, West Africa. So I want to acknowledge Sheikh Amadou Bamba, Sheikh Ibrafal, Imhotep, Ptahotep, Akhenaten. I want to thank and invite Shroom Master Dr. Sabi, Shroom Master Harriet Tubman, Shroom Master Dr. George Washington Carver, who would take shrooms and talk to the plants at 4 a.m. and listen to the recipes that he would get. Shroom Master Geronimo, Shroom Master Chief Osceola, Nat Turner, John Brown. I want to acknowledge Ethiopian Ascended Master Enoch, who became Metatron. Call upon Archangel Michael to be with all the listening audience now and in the future, to protect our family, friends, and loved ones, because they're snatching our sisters and children off the streets. So we ask Archangel Michael to please intervene and protect our family, friends, and loved ones day and night, so that they be safe in their domiciles and their travel to and from their workspaces. I want to acknowledge and invite Angel of Healing, Archangel Raphael, Archangel of Strength, Archangel Gabriel, Angel of Enlightenment, Archangel Uriel, Seraphim and Cherubim to be on this platform. I want to acknowledge Elegba, Oshun, Yemaya, Oya, Ochosi, Ologun, Shango, Ogun, Obatala. I want to acknowledge Seraphis Bey, Marcus Mazaya Garvey, Prophet Noble Drew Ali, Quetzalcoatl. I want to acknowledge the Ascended Masters of Atlantis to come and be a part of this show tonight. I want to invite the Ascended Masters of the Land of Mu to be with us tonight. The Buddhas, the Krishnas. I would like to invite you from the Earth's Hollow to be with us on this platform, because we need to invoke Ascended Masters to intervene on the leadership of the Earth's surface, known and unknown, human and non-human, to intervene, transmutate, elevate, accelerate all, even the grassroots people, to the sea of love. And we ask that you speak freely and through clearly through Arduli, Acacia, Baraka, myself, Chief Nighthawk, and invite all the audience. Thank you for being born. Thank you for being alive. Thank you for surviving the airport adolescence of your youth, and stay often into the sea of existence. Yes, I am forgiving all forms of life. And yes, I am asking all forms of life to please forgive me. Yes, I am forgiving all my past lives. And I ask that all my past lives please forgive me, because I don't remember. And with that being said, we all say together, Ashe, Ashe, Ashe. All right. Here we go. All right, let's bring on add to stream Chief Nighthawk. Dooley, I'm trying to bring you on. You're not connected. Acacia, can you hear us?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. I got the mic. I got the phone next to the mic. So I want to thank you, Acacia, for taking this time to be on the show. So talk.
Peace, peace, Sister Acacia. Peace.
That's one of your students saying peace.
We're going to be out in Atlanta. Strong, me, Brother Dooley, Virginia, Tellis, Tom Lane, author of the Sacred Mushroom Journeys, and my partner Tim, who's a mycologist teaching a grow class. Me, myself, I'll be teaching the science of the serpent venom systems. I'll also be introducing people to the plant medicine alchemy multiverse and the fractal nature of the human brain and how we can build our brains so we can access other dimensions more effortlessly, utilizing other plant medicines that other cultures used for memory, for neuroplasticity, neurogenesis, and then breaking down the science of how our consciousness behaves as a state of matter. And in turn, we can access the particulate realms or the subparticle realms when we have the correct vessel, when we have the right kind of brain hardware, when we have the right kind of physical hardware, the software can be downloaded much more efficiently. All right, Brother Hum?
Oh, that's excellent. Family, give me text and tell me how the sound quality is, because our sister Acacea is moving through the streams of planetary, intergalactic, multidimensional movement. So text and tell me how the sound is. And little goddess said, don't forget to hit the like button. And so how's our sound, family? How can we?
I hear her loud and clear.
Loud and clear, Baraka?
She just summed it all up.
Wow. Yes, they say the sound is good, Acacea. So
this is sharp.
Yes, she's brilliant, man. She's like a bright star.
Genius.
Yeah. Okay.
Genius.
Go ahead, Acacea. Tell us what else you like for folks to know, because you got the platform, you got the mic.
So, all right, absolutely. So I'm actually in a store right now, but let me go ahead and break it down for you. So we got a friend in Japan. He was a friend of the entheogens. He's a psychonaut himself. He was a master distiller, and I say master, but he likes prefer to be called a naturopathic healer. But I say he's a master distiller, because he works with the sacred sandalwood that come outside of the Cambodian and Thai monasteries. And his name is Pierre Black. He's going to be supplying our sacred Zen 1 sandalwood oil, which is the 60-year-old age, 100-year-old tree that was cut down to make room at the monastery by the people, by the monastics at the monastery, not for profit, not for any sort of greed, etc. And he distilled it into this essence that is not only antidepressant and anxiety relieving, etc., for your trip. So we got a pre-trip kit. So anyone who comes to the event is going to leave with a pre-trip kit from Pierre Black from Japan, which is going to include the shot frankincense from Somalia, which is the land of Punt. That's where Queen Hatshepsut had her ships brought in that contained sacred frankincense trees that were planted in Kemet, but actually grew further south in Somalia. And so we'll have that absolute essential oil from the actual pickers themselves, from the land of Punt and Somalia, included in the kit. And the actual lecture is going to comprise of several parts. I'm going to be giving about 4 lectures at the same time. This isn't just a class, basically. It's like, I guess you consider it a reinitiation or an initiation of sorts, because I'm going to take you through the different connections between ancestral medicine work, plant medicine theory, and medical research, neurogenesis research. And we have I'm not sure if you can hear me okay?
Yeah, you're doing fine. You're doing fine.
Okay, so I'm going to take you on a journey for our 3D augmented reality plant medicine multiverse, which is going to be a companion to the next class that starts November 22nd. Not November 22nd, November 27th, my lead partner's birthday. So, in turn, you're going to have access to, at the event, this 3D mind map of the connections between the ancient civilizations that immortalized plant medicine, and be able to take thought, research, and do something creative with it and collaborate in that space.
That's amazing. That's amazing. I'm trying to bring on Chief Nighthawk. You are not connected, Dooley, Brother Dooley. They seem to have technical difficulties. And the irony is, Acacea, we have your connection loud and clear. And Nighthawk and Brother Dooley can't seem to get through on the video.
While we wait for that, Sister Acacea, could you give us those dates again? You said November 22nd and 27th?
November 27th, that's going to be the start of the 90-day Divine Master Alchemy class series on Experientify. So you're going to be able to log into Experientify and earn, an entheogenic experience point, so to speak, based on how you present your field research. So I'll give you an opportunity to go into the thought space or the 3D augmented reality space and answer questions about your ancestorhood. about what your ancestors ate, what plants were in the region where they came from, and then actually work with those plants in a sacred way. So, like, let's say that you want to study people who came from Afro-Asiatic countries like Iran and Iraq. You want to study Zoroastrianism, and then you want to learn how to use Syrian brew in a sacred way. So you would go on a journey that would take you through the proper preparation of the core of incense that is the devil's gum, etc., to protect your space, and the right guidelines and the proper ritual components in order to utilize it to cast out jinn, etc., in that system, or Rahad, which is the Islamic exorcism, which came from Sufism, etc. So you're going to be able to go into these different categories and pull back information based on your heritage and also what you're interested in. Like, let's say you're not from South America or you're not from South Africa, and you want to learn, let's say, the sangoma tradition or the Shipibo energy surgery tradition. You would start yourself on a journey on this roadmap, that's a mind map, and be able to guide yourself and position yourself, learn about sacred medicines like Uvalawu that comes from South Africa, Credo Mutwa and his work, but not only that, to take you through the rites of initiation of a traditional sangoma through video, footage, through commentary by myself, and through experiences of actual sangomas who have gone through rites of passage with certain plant medicines in order to give yourself a higher perspective. So when you go into that trip, you're able to carry that knowledge forward rather than just having it in the back of your mind. My ancestors are connected to West Africa or South Africa, or my ancestors are connected to Ireland or to Scotland. You have coordinates through which you can step into ancestral experiences and create star portals, or look for star portals that already exist, quote unquote. When I say star portal, let me clarify. What I'm talking about is technology in the art, in the cellar, in the codices, inscribed on the walls, temples, etc., that are instructions as to how you should compose yourself energetically to be able to enter these altered states of consciousness. Okay?
Wow. Amazing. She said that in one breath. Go ahead, Baraka.
I'm like, so I'm listening. I'm trying to follow you, Sister Acacea. You're going like a million miles a minute, but I'm hearing a very confident a very confident attitude in terms of where you're actually going. So I'm wondering if you're like putting a real heavy emphasis on, you know, setting your intentions, or if you maybe have identified different qualities of different entheogens that will take you in a certain direction. Because I don't know, I just wonder how you could be so sure that the journey is going to go in the way.
I went through it. That's how I'm so sure. And I'm, you know, even in the classes where I tried to teach you guys the methodology and the ritual, etc., a lot of it went in through one ear and out the other. I didn't teach you the system of the Mayan Amen just so that you could go and buy honey or copal. I didn't teach the system of the Egyptian Sunu so you could buy sitter honey. A lot of people went and bought the products but didn't pay attention to the system and the mythology and the logos and the history that actually takes you to the destination that it took me to. So this program that I've created is 3D augmented reality. So you can visually see how the ancient ritual systems connect directly to these products that you guys go out and buy to make your alchemies, etc. Because the most important thing is your first-hand knowledge. If you aren't going in consistently, if you're not taking the dose consistently with the medicines that you're working with, and you're not going to get even 1/100th out of the experience that you should. And that's what I want to seek to change through launching this course in November.
That's amazing.
So I think it's very clear. You got to be about that life. You know what I mean? If you want to roll with Sister Acacea, don't come half stepping. You see right there, right? She's laying it out.
She's laying it out. Chief Nighthawk, you was on and you checked out. Brother Dooley, you got to connect with video and audio because you're here in the queue, but your video and your audio is not activated. Sister Acacea, I have a question. What are some of the sacred herbs of the Islamic tradition?
Well, we've got Indian costus or a kusi plant. And, you know, like the Prophet Muhammad would speak about certain plants to take them for a certain amount of time and would cure specific diseases. So we got Islam and Sufism paired up together. And I put the two together because where you have Sufism, oftentimes Islamic plants come in. But my area of expertise is specifically on Senegalese plant medicine as it pertains to Sufism in that direction. I know a lot of plants that people use in Islam based on the Quran, but one of the most surprising plants that you'll find in the Quran is harmala, or Syrian rue. And I don't even believe that's in the Quran, I believe that's in the Hadith. And so when you read the Hadith, you're going to find that there are excerpts where the Prophet Muhammad, blessings be upon him, states that if a man were to take Syrian rue for 4 days, he would be protected from all jinn, and he would have the wealth of the world, etc. You know, and then in Sufism, you've got Sheikh Ahmadu Bamba, Barkat Salim Salyu, who also worked with alligator pepper in his coffee. When you buy Cafe Tuba, you're not just buying coffee. You're buying alligator pepper and coffee that comes from Yemen and from Senegal. And when you purchase this coffee product, what its intention is when you're speaking the hasaid, when you're saying, Rabbi Dima Yashrahu, Azana Hadbalasa, when you're going through the hasaid, you're able to create reality as you speak. The Babalaos in West Africa will take alligator pepper when they go to meet with each other at a meeting and plan how reality should flow for the entire village 20 years out after they chew this pepper, because it's the diviner of the vocal cords. I've worked with alligator pepper before, and I can tell you, you don't want to speak something that you don't want to happen if you have it in your mouth. You know,
Wow.
that's one of the magic properties of it. And then you have seha tea, which the old men say, if you say it, call it by its name, seha, in prayer, it will answer any prayer that you have of a physical ailment. And seha is a Kinkabelia tree, and that's what the Sudanese and also when you go back and you look at the different places around Africa, you'll see women carrying tea on their back. That's Kinkabelia tea.
Yes, I'm drinking it now. I'm drinking it now, Acacia.
Yes. And so when you go into the different history of how it's been used, you've got the mythical system, or quote unquote, what people call mythos. And then you've got the medical system. Well, I like to combine the science and the spiritual system, because when you communicate with these plant intelligences as spirit, when you communicate through to them telepathically, they'll do certain things for you and produce certain peptides that they would otherwise not produce. Inevitably creating alchemy. That's what Divine Master Alchemy is about. It's about approaching a plant the way it wants to be treated based on how the masters approach that plant or the ancestors approach that plant. Are you
Amazing. Ashe,
Wow.
and family.
Yeah, she broke it down.
She went into Kinkaliba, which is known as Sihar, and special acknowledgement to Sheikh Ahmadou Bamba, Sheikh Ibrafal, our brothers and sisters, Senegalese brothers and sisters from Senegal, and Cafe Tuba with the alligator peppers. Sister, we appreciate you. We love you so much. You are welcome to the platform anytime, because the brothers, they're having problems getting on the show, Acacia. So you got the mic front and center. What do you think? How long do you think this madness is going to go on, where they're trying to jab and dab into everybody's bloodstream?
Going hard.
Here's how the silence of it goes. You know, once you give somebody the vaccine, you basically make the virus obsolete, because the spike protein, it comes out through that person's breathing, through their sweat, through their bodily fluids. So you got someone who's vaccinated carrying around the spike protein that's going to inevitably create inflammatory compounds in the body, inflaming the heart, inflaming the brain, inflaming the lungs. So the reason why we work with snake venom medicines is because in 2019 there was an article published on APS, one of the leading medical research websites for young medical students. And what it stated is that cobra toxin may be a therapy for COVID-19, dated August 2019. And my teacher, I've been working with snake venom as a therapeutic medicine for cancer, HPV, HSV, and various issues that I've gone through personally. So I can personally say that when they say cobra toxin is anti-inflammatory, it's not like an anti-inflammatory like ginger. This is something that goes into the tissue, goes into the neurological system, goes into the neurological receptors, and goes and physically resets the receptors for pain, physically resets your body's inflammatory response to histamine. And so when you go in and you look up, and I dare any of you to take on Google Scholar and type in coflotoxin, COVRAOTOXIN, and look at what you find. And you're going to find the anti-inflammatory properties, anti-cancer, anti-carcinogenic properties are massive across the board for Naga Astra, which is the Latin name of the monocle cobra. Okay? And, if you go to ancient chemists, you've got the Heru Shemsu, or the Shining One. And Heru Shemsu was a priest of Heru that had snake-like features, but they also employed the utilization of snake venom, even in Kemet, even in ancient Greece, in the Encephalists. When you're talking about the caduceus, etc., the entire pharmaceutical symbol came from a rod with a snake attached, and they held the snake up with a rod to the person's wounds, while the snake licked the person's wounds, and a homeopathic amount of venom went into the subcutaneous cut on a person's skin in order to heal them. Okay, so this is actual science, this is actual history, there's literature that backs it up to say that there's proof that it works. And I've worked with COVID patients who were, having difficulty breathing, having the sweat, extreme pain, things of that nature. And when they went through their therapy, they're like, I can breathe again. I'm not having any trouble getting up hills. The pain in my joints is gone that I've had for several years. The pain from my accident, my back pain is gone. Each venom of a snake cures a specific thing that the snake would encounter in its lifetime. So let's say that a snake lives in a region where salmonella is rampant, or Ebola is rampant. It's going to make a cure for that animal's sickness or that animal's disease, so that it doesn't eat poisoned prey, because it can't defend itself against the prey's disease. So it cures its prey before it kills its prey. So it's homeopathic administration of a 2% dilution of snake venom, not a full snake venom dose, etc. Like 2% is what we take on the surface of our skin, administered like Cambo medicine, in order to properly build our immune system to fight this thing. Because your immune system becomes so incredibly powerful. I know I have a friend in Atlanta who got blood tested after doing several rounds of cobra venom, and it showed that he was immune to MMR. He was immune to vaccines to diseases that the vaccine that his job wanted him to take. So that means he didn't have to take certain vaccines because he showed 95% blood immunity to those diseases. And this is complete fact. So
awesome.
We have solutions as a community that we're coming up with for people who are in difficult conditions, with stroke, with asthma, with diabetes, with other conditions that could leave them susceptible to whatever spike protein is going to cause inflammation throughout the body from COVID-19. We have solutions. We have solutions to lasting pain conditions, etc. The problem is that it's not for everybody to know about. It's strictly for people who are ready for the spiritual system that goes along with medicine. It's not something you can take like aspirin. You have to be mentally ready, because in order for it to cure the disease, you have to spiritually acknowledge the root of where it came from in your life, what behaviors caused what took place for you to let go and shed the physical medical effects of the sickness that you're going through. Even though it's going to work on you either way, you get the most benefit from also understanding the spiritual system that it comes from as well. Okay?
Awesome. Acacia, for all of the people who've been decided because of peer pressure or employee pressure, job pressure, what herb would you recommend that they follow up drinking on a daily basis to avert the toxic effects of the vaccine? Is there an herb that you would recommend?
Yes, camel is the first one I would recommend.
Don't use that word.
They're orange, so it's got, I think it is 1,000 milligrams of vitamin C per dose. And so you get your daily value. I also recommend getting plenty of zinc or polyracoscan. And I also recommend working with Chinese red sage as well to clean out your kidneys, or winyana to clean out your kidneys as well, because it'll make sometimes people go through sepsis as a direct result of being infected with COVID. And so it's really important to keep your physical body clean. You want liver cleansers, kidney cleansers, and anything that contains a lot of zinc or hydroxychloroquine type analog. So hydroxychloroquine is similar to Artemisia wormwood. You know, that's why you got people out here talking about taking horse dewormer, because ivermectin works on COVID-19. There's plenty of clinical proof of that. However, you also have just natural plants like wormwood tea that you could drink. Of course, no neuriogens. You're going to have extremely vivid psychedelic dreams from it because it contains a small amount of dogon. But you don't have to drink it every day. You can simply gargle with it as well, and like a couple of drops of tincture of it in order to help your body to naturally shed this virus and get it out of your system.
Excellent. And for all of you who are concerned about acoustics, we already did the invocation of the Ascended Masters. So if this show is supposed to stay online, it will. I don't do that for, balloons and whistles. This is actual science of supernatural intervention so that you can get the acoustical visual message. So unless the Ascended Masters don't want this show to continue on a YouTube platform of the paper conveyor, it will be here, family. O ye of little faith. Come on now. You are masters of the universe. Act like you know. Thank you, Acacia. And Dooley, you got to turn on your microphone.
Yes, brother. Yes. Finally on here. How you doing, brother?
All right, bro. It wasn't that hard, was it? And Nighthawk, you got to just follow the routine. But Acacia's dropping some beautiful messages as far as daily tea. And Acacia, do you also ground or do earthing in your daily rhythm?
Well, I was in the middle of
Yeah, now I hear you. Did you hear my question?
What was your question? I missed it.
Oh, the question was, what else do you do in your daily lifestyle to keep your brain prime and bright so that you can pass so many beautiful messages every day in every way? What else, other suggestions you have so that people can stay?
I take a microdose of intellect tree seed and drink plenty of coconut water. That's basically all I do. You know, sometimes I'll take a little bit of jayatosma tea and put it between my teeth, kind of just suck on it throughout the day. It's just one seed, you know. Some people say a dose is like 20-some seeds, but it's just a light time brain. I've been working with it for several years, so it's extremely strong for me to take. And it indexes the right hemisphere of my brain so that I can remember and be more articulate in my conversation.
Awesome. Thank you. Family, this is happening Saturday, October 9th, 2021, 1 p.m. till starting at 1 p.m. and Sunday, October 10th till 8 p.m. Location, the Space Center, Stone Mountain, Georgia. And the description for the further details can be found in the show description, and I will put in the link, the Eventbrite link, because I don't believe I did, but family, maintained, I will put that link so that you can have a fantastic experience for everyone traveling near and far this weekend. The Space Center at Stone Mountain, Georgia. Special shout out to Brother Panic. Special shout out to my sister Jerry, Calvin. Special shout out to all my friends and family in the Atlanta area, Kibalon, Brother Oye, want to acknowledge him. I'm sure he's going to probably be there. And Dooley's going to be there, and Nighthawk, you got a slow internet connection, I believe. Brother Dooley's connected. And how you doing on time, Acacia? It's 7:00 here. How you doing as far as your travels? You okay?
I'm about to head to the airport, so I should probably get off soon. I'm just doing a quick break. Okay,
thank you so much. We're going to pass the mic to Brother Dooley. Thank you, Acacia. And you're always welcome to do a promotion here on Magnets, Crystals, and Pyramids. Thank you.
Thank you so much. It's a huge honor. You know, ever since I saw you Sharing Baba Kalindi's work almost 5 years ago, I knew that, you're doing really blessed work, and I really sincerely hope this platform is suitable for you to continue going. So thank you so much, Brother Help.
Always. And there's new technology, and we're going to share with you in the near future, Acacia. You're going to love this stuff. Yeah. So travel safe, via con Dios, and safe travels to your landing in Atlanta. Thank you.
Peace.
Okay, Dooley. Turn on the mic. You
Hey,
got the
peace,
floor,
brother.
Peace.
There he is.
Can
There
you hear
he
me
is.
now?
Yeah, we can hear you now, bro.
Okay.
We're glad that
Well,
your internet technology stuff worked out.
Yes, thank you. When this show started, I was in the middle of healing because I've been doing the healing for Bobby Hemmett's brother all day. So I've been working with him for 3 days so far. So he's been working with so far because the brother's dealing with a stroke, and hopefully after he sees some of the work that can be done with some of this plant medicine and see his improvement, then Bobby most definitely would jump on with this as well. But we've been doing he did a great job with the combo, which is the frog medicine. So he did some great purging with that, and I've been seeing some energy flow through the right arm, which normally wasn't feeling with the stroke. All right. And then we had also worked with the snake venom. So the cobra, like Acacia said earlier, could really help with a lot of different things. And in the case of cobra, it could definitely deal with strokes. So the brother been dealing with a real good healing so far. We've been doing some sacred DMT and mushroom work right now. So he's right in the middle of the session. Bobby's brother here. Yeah, it's been great, man. And I could say that from experience, if we were talking about what we're talking about in regard to all this stuff that's going on and people having to take these shots and stuff, it's already been proven that this medicine, particularly the venom, can really help open the lungs, because we're talking about a respiratory type of thing here. So if any of the family out there is concerned about that and want to be able to be safe along those lines, then it only makes sense to check it out and to see how it works with you. Because I could say from my own experience being in Mexico and seeing at the high altitude where I was at, I couldn't breathe. And I was like, man, I think I'm a pretty fit brother. I do my Tai Chi, my Qigong and all that for many years. And I'm like, I can't breathe. It's like the air was so high. Mama Yana was there having a hard time breathing too. And brother gave me the cobra venom. And next day I was able to walk up that mountain like it was nothing. My lungs was totally open. So, and also in regard to pain, I've been seeing different cases with that as well. One of my friends who I said was working with him, who had a stroke, he hasn't been able to move his foot for 1.5 years. All right. So he took the medicine. He was able to move his toes, right, and move his feet. He was able to do that for almost 1.5 years. So he took the venom and he was like, "Hey, Dooley, look, I'm moving my toes, man." You know what I mean? So it's such a blessing that we have this medicine, different medicines to work with. This weekend in Atlanta is going to be amazing. We have some amazing speakers. Tom, what's brother's name? Tom Lane. He's amazing. He put in his work in sitting with many indigenous people and learning some medicines and the ways, and has his experience with that. Chief Nighthawk, he's my man from Atlanta as well, and it does a lot of great work with Mama Aya, and has a great heart, man. So I was in his basement yesterday with my good friend Athena, and we seen one of these shoes that was from a freedom fighter from, I forget what year, I forgot from what year it was, but it was from his direct family. But he had such a deep impact on him with Mama Aya, or with the brother. It was he had such a breakthrough that he said, this was something that my grandmother passed down for me. I want to put this on your shrine. So Chief Nighthawk, big up to him. He's a very gifted brother. You have more people that are getting interested in the plant medicine work and how it's helping people, and it's a good thing. So you have in the more interest that we get, we just have to have more sincere people that really want to help guide people, and so it could go from one hood to the next, because now we have science to support it. It's before they could say, oh, this is some willy-nilly stuff, y'all, on some hippie trippy stuff. Now we have brain scans. It's shown in real time how this is really helping heal people in real time and being able to tune into their higher selves. So I could speak from experience of myself as well with the venoms, and I could see the difference even in my whole demeanor, my energy, and the way I think, since I've been dealing with the venom since I came back even from Mexico. So it's a real great way to reorganize your brain. It definitely rewires your brain. I've been helping with a lot of people that have anxiety, depression, and these people have been suffering with these things for years, man. You know what I mean? Can't wake up to themselves. So now you have some solutions, man, that can really help people in real time and be able to really feel better about themselves, be okay in their skin, in their own skin, and really heal a lot of the layers that might be there even on a very unconscious level.
Brother Dooley, special shout out to our brother Steve. He shared with me that he had the experience in Colombia, South America, where they put the Cambo, one burn over the heart chakra.
Yes.
And how beneficial it was having the Cambo over the thymus gland, right on the middle of the chest.
Yes.
Have you experienced that yet?
Yes, I have. It's beautiful to put combo or the frog medicine in different areas of the body.
Could you
when I was trained in Costa Rica.
Could you show people the burn spot on your arm? Because I got like 21 burn spots from the.
Yeah.
Look, family, look at his arm. I'm gonna put him. I'm gonna put you front and center, man. Hold on 1 second.
Yeah.
Family, look at his arm. Now tell us what you got there, brother.
Wow.
Tell us what we're looking at.
Look like a rattlesnake got you.
Well, what we're looking at is the appliance of how the medicine works.
Well,
all right.
Tell the folks which is which.
When you look at either frog medicine, which we would call combo, or snake venom, it's applied the same way. You use in the term we call it marking the gates. All right, that's the first step. So that's what you see on my arm here. These are the burn marks that a person makes, right? And that's the first step before. All right. So when you do combo, the medicine usually stays on the skin for about maybe 15, 20, or even 30 minutes, or even longer for some other people. It depends on each individual, right? And then you would have to wipe it off. Now, the difference with snake venom is that you don't wipe anything off. The snake venom directly absorbs into your skin, all right? Sometimes it might take a little longer for certain individuals than others, all right? So you might have certain people who might absorb right into them. And that means that their body really needs that medicine, all right? And then you have other people who might take them 15, 20 minutes for it to absorb into their skin, all right? So these are the different marks, burn marks or gates that I had to apply on myself
Yeah, let's look at that again, man, because that looks pretty colorful, brother Dooley.
Yeah.
That's
And
that's
the way,
some healing warrior marks, family. Look at that.
Yeah.
Slow the camera down so they can see it. Yeah,
right.
boy.
So
Yeah.
when
Is
you
there
look
a
at
typical response
this,
that people have
and
to the
when
snake
you
venom?
but when you look at this, I put it in a style too. So when we even big up to the late Baba Kalindi, right? One of our master teachers, all right, in the ancestral realm, had a great talk with Chief Nighthawk about him the other night on his Mama Aya ceremony, and how he came with him to with Michael Jackson, and they drove. This was in the spirit realm, and in a Ferrari or whatever, right? So Chief Nighthawk was like, wow, because I seen MJ on his altar, so I was like, oh, that's great that you invoke that energy. And he's like, yeah, Baba Kalindi and MJ came to me, and he was so like taken aback that Baba was chilling with MJ, and he's like, Baba was like, man, don't focus so much on that. Focus on, you got work to do, brother. You know what I mean? So basically, Baba Kalindi, the reason why I even brought the ancestor, the great master up, was that he talked about tattooing, the art of tattooing, and how shamans or medicine men and women, when they're in that altered state, they're able to see the linings, the divine linings, natural on your skin. So when we even do the combo or the snake venom,
That's
we
snake
tap
venom
in. We
on your
want
arm,
somebody
the
that
big
they're
one.
working with.
Are the big ones the snake venom?
So we want to be able to have
And Dooley, hold 1 second. Family, don't try to do this
evoke
on
that
your
energy.
own. Dooley, give them a
No,
warning.
not at all.
Don't go out
Not
there
at
and
all.
look for a water moccasin.
Oh, you better not play with no cobra.
You're gonna have a problem on your hands.
This is about proper
Let them know,
training.
Dooley, because our folks out here.
This is about, first of all, this is not about like some overnight thing. You go and sit at people that know what they're doing first and foremost.
Do you have a cobra?
And
do you harvest the cobra yourself?
No, I don't. But my teacher did. Okay. And he still does. All right. So there's ways that we can be able to teach people how to do it properly. All right. And safely, because this is a tradition. This is not like some new age, it just came out of nowhere stuff. This is part of your culture. So even some of the references that Acacia gave you is from a very good book. I could pull it out of here. I brought it with me. It's called The Serpent Grail. You know what I mean? Excellent book. You know what I mean? And it talks about the history of different cultures using the snake venom throughout the world. All right.
What's the name of that book?
The Serpent Grail. All right. So
Serpent Grail.
Yes, sir. I'm gonna have my friend look for the book for it. In the other room, I'll get the author.
Family, you heard it. It's called The Serpent Grail.
Okay,
and that sounds fascinating.
So,
and again, family, don't try to do this without professional guidance, because you will be in the afterlife after a painful experience. We're talking about a deadly venom if not applied correctly. So we're not saying go out there barefoot and get a snake bite. Don't even think about it. We're not talking about you going out there in South Florida and jumping no alligator pond neither.
No. But these venoms, just like when you graduate through these understandings, you'll start to work with other venoms. So we'll start talking about the scorpion venom. You'll start going into even dealing with vulture blood, certain things of that nature. And what you're doing is you're changing literally your DNA. So when it comes to this type of scale, you're talking about me and Acacia's teacher was talking about going and having future snake babies. Okay. All right. And what does that mean?
You talking about?
Immune.
What you talking about?
Being immune to various future diseases and current diseases and illnesses right now in real time. Okay. I have one particular woman who works with the medicine as well. And in real time, she's seen how it worked with her daughter, who is very hyperactive, who was very rambunctious, jumping all around, and she was able to give one of the venoms to her daughter, and they know the amountage because we're taught, right, the correct amount, the dosage to give to your young one. So give it to them in their smoothie, whatever, and guess what? The young girl totally changed overnight. You know, not only making her bed, not only organized, not only eating her vegetables, just a whole different calm demeanor. Okay, so we're talking about.
I need some of that.
So we're talking, and that's
Me
why some of the clients or some of the people that have come, it's very skeptical for a lot of people at first because they dealt with these things for so many years. You know what I mean? And it's like, hey, I've been dealing with depression for so many years. I've been dealing with anxiety. I can't leave my house because I'm feeling this way. That comes up. Now, you know, people have some very things that have, again, been passed down by our ancestors that is here to provide you by nature and has your back. Okay. So these individuals now feeling better about themselves, worry free, feeling more
Powerful.
grounded, feeling more calm, like no thoughts, 1,000 thoughts ain't going through their mind per second, you know,
Powerful.
and feeling great. You know, that's
Breaking the
the first
spell.
step. You know, that's the first step before people start talking about I'm God or I'm goddess or I'm going to be this ascended master or anything. First, we have to do the groundwork. And the groundwork
Fact.
is really first being able to do your personal healing. And that's just in a lot of times of doing this medicine work over years, a lot of time people don't even know what that healing might entail. You know, they don't even know what they're carrying. So a lot of times it's even past life stuff.
Because
You
we're
know,
disconnected from our culture.
ancestral trauma stuff. So when we approach this medicine work, when we approach the entheogens, the psychedelics, all these things, we're seeing that it's backed by science. It's showing that people are definitely dealing with curing the depression, the anxiety, and all that. And I got people that could give you testimonies that they could say, hey, they sat with the medicine and now, you know, one brother who was in a wheelchair, you know, had a stroke, you know, dealt with the medicine, could walk now, you know, and that was
Wow.
beautiful. That was the toad. So, you know, these, it's endless where we can go with this. And of course, the conversation definitely comes up around the pharmaceutical industry. Of course, it comes up around the conversation of people who want to monetize and control these things and want to control them because they don't want us to wake up, right? And to be healthy. And also, you know, there's no money to make off of healthy people. So we understand that dynamic as well, but we're in a place where when we educate more, there's not just going to be one particular leader anymore. All right, there's that's dead, because when we try to have one person and say, oh, he's the one or she's the one with all the knowledge, and they knock that person off, then what are we going to do? So this has to be a movement that's guaranteed to educate each other, so we can have this in communities growing, healing each other. You know, I'm not perfect. People that know me, know that really know me, have seen all the different growths and stages that I had to go through, man. You know, and I had to embrace a lot of different things, a lot of pain, a lot of different, deal with a lot of my own inner demons. You know what I
Hey,
mean?
listen, we all working through our stuff, man.
And continue to. But that's what this work is about. You know what I
That's
mean?
right.
It's when we talk about this conscious stuff, when we talk about this woke stuff and all this, man, it's really being very vulnerable. It's about really be going deep and going in and taking out all the false stuff that's not us. You know, and when you're able to really do that, you're able to make some real strides, not just in this world, but beyond, you know? And that's why I'm able to even sit right here with Bobby Hemmett's brother to testify that. This brother was not, he's like, man, I'm ready. He's like, well, I'm open for it. And that's
Excellent.
the type of attitude that I like to hear. You know what I mean? I was like, hey, let's go in. So when you
Special
got
shout out
this
to Bobby
call,
Hammett.
when you got
Hammett,
this
brother.
call, I'm literally on mushrooms right now. So we're literally in in an altered state right now while talking to you. But I've learned how to do it over the years to be in and out of the reality. That's important when you're doing
You're in
this.
a better
When
reality
I
than ordinary monkey
when
minds,
when I
brother.
do bufo with my clients, I smoke with them so I could be there with them. You know what I mean? It's not just like, hey, I'm going to let's be on the other side, especially if somebody's new and not knowing the other side in any navigation there, or not knowing what they're going to encounter. So
I gotta say this. Hold on, Dooley. Hold on.
So,
Family, hold on,
yeah,
Dooley. I gotta
I'm
say
sorry.
this. Family, leave the
Yes.
toad alone. Is being taken. The bufo toad is being driven to extinction by the greed of humans, kidnapping.
Yes,
Hold on, listen. Let me finish what I'm saying.
And guess what?
Listen. Quiet.
Yes, brother.
Quiet, y'all. Do not use any more bufo because the toad is being driven to extinction. The option is yopo, and that will come
Yes, of course.
in the near future. But for now, do not use any more bufo,
Right.
because all the bufo servers, all the bufo facilitators got the message to stop. And on this note, I want to bring on Chief Nighthawk. Tell us about that, brother.
Yes. I love. Man, I'm glad.
And Chief
Quiet,
Nighthawk.
Dooley, quiet. Go ahead.
Okay. I'm glad you put that message out there because that was something that was deep on my heart. I kind of confronted some other people who I knew was using the bufo and that matter. And me myself, I love yopo. I have tons of yopo. I work with yopo and regular NMDMT, which is extracted. I extract it from plant sources, but regular NMDMT is also stored up. The excess of NMDMT is stored up in your lungs. So that's why the Buddhists and the monks were able to.
I was about to go into it.
Were able to achieve these higher states of enlightenment through breath work because you have NMDMT already stored up in your lungs. You see what I'm saying? So, and in retrospect to people using bufo, a lot of people are focusing on the 5-MeO-DMT, but there are other substances that are in bufo and the bufo toxins that are contained in the bufo itself that we haven't done enough research on, based on when you're combusting these elements. Because traditionally, this is how bufo was ingested to get these the psychedelic properties. It wasn't ingested by vaporizing them. So. Traditionally, they ate the meat of the ducks that used to hunt these frogs and still kept the cycle effect after this. And this is something that could be Acacea. She brought up all the research. She's the master researcher. And my background is medicine, so I deal with the healing aspect of the medicine work. But the vaporization of bufo is a fairly new thing, and we don't know the long-term effects of what may happen with people vaporizing it, and when we can achieve certain states with other elements, it is time to kind of step back from the bufo and work with the other plants that we can still achieve the same things through.
Yes, brother.
I totally agree.
Yes. And Chief Nighthawk, I want to thank Brother Dooley for bringing him on the platform tonight. What I have found, Brother Chief Nighthawk, is acacia wood, when prepared with Syrian rue and brought down into a concentrated batch, is one of the most beautiful meditations. This family is known as Egyptian ayahuasca.
Yes, acacia or acaciahuasca. I'll tell you another Mimohuasca, working with the Morning Glory or the Mimosa Hostilius bark root.
Okay.
When you combine that with Syrian root, oh man, that's a beautiful journey too. I've worked a lot with her, and when I met her, she just kind of explained to me like, I'm ayahuasca's sister, We come from the same mama. We just teach.
Nice.
Pachu mom is our mom. We just teach differently. You know what I'm saying? So she's my sister. So all these different plants and combination of alchemies of these different plants have a way of teaching you different things that, you know, but they all come from the same source, which is Pachu mama. Except for the mushrooms. The mushrooms is intergalactic entheogen that was brought here to us and placed on this planet. So it's not even of this planet. That's the only entheogen that's not of this planet is the mushroom.
Excellent. I'm bringing back Brother Dooley. Brother Dooley, I want you to build on that, man.
Well, I was gonna say before you brought on before Chief peace, Chief. Now, peace, brother, man. I just want to say peace to you, Chief. Yeah, man. I'm still working with Oli over here. You know what I mean? But I was gonna say that the purpose of really these medicines, really, man, is really to call them on, even without them. You know, and that's why when you're able to reduplicate that energy, because it's about energy, man. This is about frequency. All right. So when a person even looks into dark room therapy, for instance, where, you know, in the early 2000s, I got a couple of attunements from some lamas. I was really studying Tibetan Buddhism at that time, and that was the first time I learned about dark room therapy and the release of DMT through the individuals that do isolated meditative retreats in total darkness. Okay, so there's ways that you can achieve these states of consciousness even without the aid of entheogens, if we want to say that. But I've learned.
Hold on, Dooley. Hold on. Chief Nighthawk going to drop something. Hold on.
Yeah, I just want to. I like to slow people down to break down what Dooley's talking about when he says dark room therapy. The science behind dark room therapy, it kind of goes back to what I'm saying about the excess of DMT stored up in the lungs. How it works is that in triple darkness, serotonin is transformed into penolin. That penolin acts as a MOA to the DMT that is stored in the body. So it's like your body is producing an ayahuasca effect because it has a DMT and then it has an MOA that is attached to it. That's how ayahuasca is. Ayahuasca is DMT that has an MOA that allows you to orally ingest DMT. But in a dark room setting, you're using the serotonin in your body. In complete darkness, the body turns serotonin into penolin. That penolin goes to the pineal gland and it acts as an MOA inhibitor to the DMT that's already in the body.
That's the bomb diggity you just dropped. Family, you have to listen to this show several times.
Yeah.
You hear what this brother just said?
Wow.
Thank you.
Turn them lights off at night.
Yeah.
Sisters, you better turn that television off. Brothers, you better turn off them. Go into the absolute void.
Turn off the lights.
Right.
Yeah.
and that's why they have all these lights, street lights. That's why they are the street lights and all that. So you have to, even if you have to get blind, you know, for your eyes or whatever, you know what I mean? So you could have that time to produce that, you know. So and essentially what I mean, like, even there was points where I would even be doing my meditation, and it would bring me back to that DMT or that mushroom trip. So for me, it's the frequency, and to be able to tap into the frequency of what you were going through and experiencing that at that time, and being able to reduplicate that. That's what I do during my healings. You know what I mean? I'm working with an individual. I have to tap in and go into the trance-like state. So it's a form of practice, being able to do it more and more until it becomes a natural thing, you know?
This is excellent. This is an excellent show. Family, we're going to wrap it up. Chief Nighthawk, if people want to reach you, they should come to the event today. And if you have another contact, please share.
Yeah, they can reach me on, go on my IG page at Nighthawk Therapy. That's Nighthawk Therapy with the N as a regular night and a hawk therapy. Reach me on IG, hit me in my DM or Facebook. My name on Facebook is Tellis D. Johnson, Chief Nighthawk, and that's Facebook, and they can reach me on there.
Excellent.
Just come out to the event Friday and Saturday. Hear me, Acacia, Tom is going to what is his name? Tom Lane is going to be in the house, and Dr. Strange. Dr. Strange is going to be in the house, so we're going to be dropping some great jewels this weekend about entheogens and healing and sacred alchemy.
Excellent. And Dooley, what is people? How can people reach you?
Oh, they could reach me right now at my email, mother number 33 at gmail.com, or for right now. I can't take all the calls. You reach me through that, I'll try to get back to you as soon as I can. My Facebook got hacked, unfortunately. So for right now, I'll just deal with my mail. And also, I want to see if Bobby's brother Oli want to say anything for the people on, if you have a moment, Hank, to see if there's anything you want to say about Bobby or his experience, his first time experience with this medicine.
Well, hey, everyone, this has been a tremendous deal. I'll be doing this throughout life for whatever I need. We're trying to get Bobby in the mood for doing this type of stuff, so I'm the guinea pig now.
Right.
And
no, you're the test pilot, brother. You the point man.
Right.
That's right.
Me. So, but I want to say I love you, brothers, for sharing the knowledge that I've gotten just today alone.
Thank you.
So I'll be signing up on your YouTube page, and you'll see me there. Thanks for giving me time to speak.
Thank you.
Well, glad to have you, bro. Hold on.
Thank you.
Dooley, you done. Is Bobby your older brother or younger brother?
He's my younger brother. We are there's three of us.
The three amigos, huh?
Yeah, and I'm 14 months older than Bobby, and my other brother is 12 months and a week older than him. So we're right there together.
Right.
Nice.
I bet y'all got some funny stories back when y'all was teens.
Yeah, Bobby tell him every time he's doing a lecture.
Wow. That's what's up.
Yeah, well, thank you for sharing that, brother.
You're in good hands, brother. Glad you're feeling better.
Yeah, I'm already feeling better.
Right.
Awesome.
Right.
Awesome.
Right. Can you say anything to the people about any of the medicines, maybe the venom or combo or anything?
Well, the combo it kind of puts me out, But the venoms I don't see why anyone wouldn't do any of it, because it's only going to heal you.
Right.
There it is.
Right. Right.
So and they have been tremendous. Now the snake venom, I took it. I don't know how other people reacted, but it was perfect for me.
Right.
So
Beautiful.
It's something that any brother or sister who has a problem should do it.
Right.
Beautiful.
Thank you for sharing that, brother.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Thank you.
Say your name, brother. Say your name.
Ali Hemet.
Ali Hemet.
Ali Hemet. Pleasure to meet you. Y'all give him some love in the audience, family. That's Bobby Hemet, big brother.
Yes, sir.
So in the chat, give him an ashe.
Ashe.
And thank you, Dooley, for holding the square, brother. Thank you
sir.
for you sacrificing your youth to study, besides the travels and the adventures.
Yeah, man.
You know, want to thank you for holding space.
Yeah, like I said, even when I was in Mexico, it was they had a picture of Baba Kalindi. I went into this hostel, right, and they had the restaurant, and they had all their pictures of their relatives and the Mexican flag and stuff, and then they had a big picture of Baba up there, Baba Kalindi.
Yeah.
You know,
Beautiful.
because he touched so many people in Mexico, in that area of Oaxaca there,
Wow.
that they
Wow.
really love. They like, wow, this guy really touched a lot of people. So that's all we're trying to do is that's all I'm trying to do. That's why Acacia, Chief, Nighthawk, Tim, all of us, what we're trying to do is just keep it going, man. You know what I mean? And we're seeing results, from even myself, from my own personal experience, dealing with the venoms and being in Mexico, and just feeling more better, man. Just feeling more happy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's a beautiful thing, man.
I want to give a shout out to Brother Madhu, who was serving us in the past. I want to give a special shout out to Londa, who serves in the New York area. I want to thank Londa for her service. Brother John, again, Steve. I want to give a special shout out to Brother Kareem and all the Jedis who are even in the ancestral realm. Special acknowledgement to Baba Kalindi, and special shout out to Professor Kareem.
Yeah.
Also Baraka's father. Want to acknowledge him, Baba MJ, because every time Brother Baraka come in, man, I get ready to close the door and somebody knocks the door back, and I'll be like, "Who's that?"
Oh yeah, he got my
Who just
back.
came
He
in
with
with
me.
him?
He with me.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
So I want to thank Baraka for the opening, and thank you, Acacia. And this is an epic show, y'all.
Woo.
Y'all gonna have to rewind this and listen to it again.
That's gonna be powerful. Right, this weekend is gonna be powerful, man. It's in Atlanta, man.
Yeah. Okay, so we're gonna wrap it up.
It's gonna be epic.
Dooley,
thank you,
and I want to
thank
give a
you,
special
Baraka.
acknowledgement.
Thank you,
Dooley made
Respect,
this.
brother Dooley.
Y'all better thank Dooley because he pulled this show together on a whim.
Thank you, bro.
Dooley was high when he put this show together. Yeah, Dooley was high.
Yeah.
And he put this show together.
Thank you, man.
I want to thank you
Come
again,
on,
Dooley.
That's how
no
Dooley
problem,
get
bro.
down.
This is how Dooley. That's how he does it.
Thank you, my
I
That's how
brother.
he get down.
Wrapping
About
it
that
up.
life.
Family,
Yes,
have
sir.
a beautiful weekend. Be blessed. Be safe. Chief Nighthawk, you dropped the bomb too, man. You threw that football clean out the stadium.
Yeah, man.
Respect,
Yes,
Chief.
sir.
Respect.
Say often, yes.